All right, let's talk about something you've probably seen a million times, the tulip. But what if, just for a moment, we looked at it a little differently? I mean, really looked. Because hidden inside this simple flower are some pretty profound lessons. Lessons about growth that happens out of sight, about perfect timing, and, about the kind of beauty that only shows up when the season is just right.
It appears, fulfills its purpose, and then withdraws. Wow. I mean, that right there kind of sets the stage for everything we're going to talk about. Think about it. So many other flowers are just there, all year long, trying to hang on. But the tulip, it has this incredible quiet confidence. It just shows up, makes its point with total clarity, and then it's gone. There's so much power just in that rhythm, isn't there?
Okay, so let's dive into our first section here. We're calling it More Than Just a Flower, an Unexpected Teacher, because that's exactly what we're going to see, how this seemingly simple thing can totally challenge what we think we know about strength and beauty. At first glance, a tulip almost seems too simple to mean anything deep, right? With those clean lines, that classic cup shape, you may just walk right past it. But that simplicity, it's totally deceptive. See, its appearance isn't just short, it's precise, it's deliberate. And it is perfectly, perfectly in season. It's not trying to scream for your attention. It's speaking, very clearly, at exactly the right moment. And this idea, it just keeps building. Because what we think of as the tulip, well, it's actually this huge, incredibly diverse family of flowers. And this is where we start to see a really fundamental principle of design at work. Okay, check this out. First up, the parrot tulip. I mean, look at it. The design is just wild. It's feathered, almost chaotic, right? It's so flamboyant and just completely shatters that idea of a simple cup shape.
And then you've got the fringe tulip. See how its edges look like they've been kissed by frost? It adds this whole other layer of texture and detail, just beautiful.
Oh, and look at this one, the double tulip. It's layered almost like a peony. It's so full, so lush. A totally different way of expressing abundance. And finally, we get to the species tulips. Now, these are smaller, a little more subtle, but they're actually closer to the original wild design. This is like the blueprint, It's where all this incredible variation comes from. And that brings us to this quote, which really is the core idea here. God does not express beauty in repetition, but in variation within intention. I mean, think about it. All those wildly different flowers we just saw, they're all still tulips. It's such a powerful reminder, isn't it? That real beauty isn't about making everything identical. It's about the incredible, mind-blowing diversity that can flourish inside of a single unified purpose. But here's the kicker. Everything we've just seen, all that amazing color, all that variety, it is 100% dependent on a process that happens completely out of sight. So to really understand the tulip, we have to go underground. We have to talk about the bulb. So for a tulip bulb to ever become a flower, it needs 3 things. And I mean it needs them. They're non-negotiable. First, a period of cold. Second, a season of darkness. And third, a time of just waiting. A time where absolutely nothing seems to be happening on the surface. Now, here's the key. These aren't obstacles. They're not problems to overcome. They are the essential ingredients for the beauty that's on its way. And this is just so important. Not all silence is absence. That time spent in the dark, silent ground, it's not empty. It's not a void. It's actually a period of intense formation. It's when the entire foundation for that future bloom is being built, quietly, without any applause, completely unseen. So what are the hidden lessons here? Well, first, not all growth is visible. Second, not all preparation gets celebrated. And third, maybe most importantly, the most critical transformations happen unseen. This is where the tulip becomes such a powerful teacher for our own lives, right? It reminds us that those quiet seasons, those times of preparation, they're not a waste, far from it. The most critical changes in our life, they often happen when nobody is watching, when we're just patiently gathering strength beneath the surface. All right, to make this even more clear, we're going to look at 2 specific types of tulips. And we're not picking them because they're favorites or anything, but because they act as what we'll call illustrative witnesses. Each one shows us a really distinct and powerful truth about this whole process. So here they are. On the left, you've got Lady Jane, and on the right, Little Beauty.
One is going to teach us a lesson about timing, and the other a lesson about perception. Let's break them down.
Okay, first up, Lady Jane. Now, this little species tulip has a really fascinating way it behaves. It stays completely, tightly closed on cloudy days or if it's in the shade. The only time it opens up is when the sun is shining directly on it. Yeah, it does not open on demand. It opens in response. I mean, just think about that for a second. You can't force it open. You can't rush it. It just waits. It's this perfect, living symbol of God-ordained timing, you know? It reminds us of those parts of our own lives that are meant to unfold, not because we hustle and push, but because they're finally touched by the right conditions at exactly the right moment. All right, now let's turn to our second witness, Little Beauty. This one was picked for a totally different reason. It's here to show us how the most profound detail can be hidden away in something that seems small, something you might easily overlook. From far away, yeah, it's just a little pink flower. But when you get up close, wow, the craftsmanship is just breathtaking. You see this rich magenta color on the petal, and then inside this really rare, striking blue center, and a starburst of gold radiating out from it. The scale might be small, but the design is just incredibly intricate. So here you have it, two truths side by side. Lady Jane is all about timing, about waiting for the right light. And Little Beauty is all about perception, about looking closer to find the incredible depth hidden in something small. They're two totally different lessons, but they work together perfectly. Okay, so let's tie all of this together now. Trusting the appointed time, the lesson of the bloom. What is the ultimate takeaway from all this? It's this. The tulip doesn't fight its own nature. It doesn't resist the process. It fully submits to it. It accepts the burial before the blooming. It endures the cold before there's any color, and it embraces the silence before it has any expression. And in doing that, it perfectly honors the very design it was given. And maybe, just maybe, the biggest lesson here for us is this one right here. To wait is not to be delayed. It is to be aligned. Man, that's powerful. Being in a season of waiting doesn't mean you're delayed. It doesn't mean you've been forgotten. It means you're being formed. It means you're being aligned with a purpose and a timing that's so much bigger than your own. And that brings us to one last, really personal question to leave you with. The tulip trusts that unseen work happening in the dark. So I want you to look at your own life. Whatever season you're in right now, maybe it's a season of darkness or cold or just waiting. The question is, what is being formed in you?